Welcome back to GameSpot's continuing coverage of E3 2014. We are on the GameSpot stage here, and I'm delighted to be joined by the pride of the Costa Rican game development community, Mr. Eduardo Ramirez. My friend, how are you doing?
I'm fine. How about you?
Pretty good. E3's been fun. How has E3 been for you? Is a lot of talking to strange people like me, or
No. Oh, yeah, kind of.
Did you
It's
get
my
to-
first E3, so.
did you get to play much yourself as well?
Yeah.
Bits and bobs. But you're here with Fenix Rage, a game that made I remember it made a big splash at PAX East.
Yeah, we got great feedback there.
Were you expecting that? Like,
No.
was it one of
It-
these things where you finally people were able to play it for themselves and kind of just because it was one of those games where people were talking to each other about?
yeah. The mouth-to-mouth publicity, I guess.
Yeah.
It went great. Yeah.
So you guys are coming out on Steam later this year, right?
Yeah, at fall.
And I believe, is it Massacre is the genre that people like to define to this like almost like Cat Mario style difficulty of platforming?
Yeah. Mario style, well, not that Mario style. It's more like it was inspired in Sonic, so.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, have you ever played Cat Mario?
Cat Mario.
Yeah. It's
No.
like really ultra difficult, stupid levels of difficulty, like almost like
yes.
almost like a thousand
Yeah,
spikes.
there are like clouds that
Yeah,
can
they
kill
just
you.
fucking disappear.
Yeah.
That sort of
Yeah.
stuff. But Fenix Rage, it kind of what it does. It seems it tickles that little nerve that I have that when I played Super Meat Boy. It's not like super sort of
Yeah.
difficult but really tight controls.
That's what I like. I know.
We're looking at it here.
Yeah. So basically, it's Sonic inspired, and it's kind of a Super Meat Boy inspired. So that's like a mix of those. And we ended up working 1.5 years on this. You know, putting everything we like.
Yeah.
And well, these are the results.
Absolutely. So tell us about like the variety in the levels and the speed at which you go through the levels. How big are the levels usually? Do you fly through them this quickly?
Well, there are small levels and there are huge levels. So it depends of the world. But what I can say that we wanted that the player start with the full power, right?
Yeah.
It's only dash and jump. It's simple as that. And we are focused on the level design, so they would change a lot. They are smaller and huge levels. Yeah.
Is there a narrative running through it as well? This stuff seems to suggest so.
No, there's no narrative nor text. It's image-based story. Yeah.
So, is this a boss battle type situation we have here as
That's
well?
a boss fight.
How
Yeah.
did what's the level structure? Are we talking about you do like 4 or 5 mini levels and then you have a boss and then it's on to the next
There
area?
are. All right. So there are 8 worlds. There's a secret one, but yeah. And for each world there's a boss fight, of course, and each world has 20 levels. So yeah, it's lots of levels.
Who are you catering for that community of people that like really hard games? Because on PC in the past couple of years, like with the success of Meat Boy, the success of, not to keep everything with those guys, but like the Binding of Isaac, the idea of like 2D platformers that are challenging, that aren't just like easy to get through. Is that who you were trying to appeal to specifically?
Yeah, specifically, yeah. I was. It's just this game was based on a prototype, and we made it on Google Play.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we received so many good feedback, and people comparing to Super Meat Boy as well. So it was it's a really basic. It's just a cube moving around, everywhere. So from the feedback we got, that they were like hardcore players.
Yeah.
That's why we decided to make something like that, something as big as Fenix Rage.
Yeah. It's the speed, the fact that when you finish each level, the timer comes up, and the fact that the timer is ticking away in the top corner the whole time.
Yeah.
Is speedrunning and leaderboards, is that kind of your focus on this sort of
yeah,
stuff?
I have to do that because as you may know, we're 3 guys from Costa Rica making this, and I'm the only programmer, so
yeah.
It's all into me. So I want to have the leaderboards.
Yeah. So
running.
there's only 2 of you working on it?
There's an artist guy, me, the programmer, game designer, and the musician. So
okay.
Yeah.
So the game part
all
you.
All departments are there. So
yeah. Everyone's a manager. That's perfect.
Definitely.
Is there much of a scene? It must be strange kind of coming over here. Is there much of it? Your guys are you're based in Costa Rica still, is that right?
Yeah, we're in Costa Rica.
So I'm assuming there's not much of a games development community down there.
No,
It's way too sunny for nice for people to stay
There are
indoors.
a few guys making games, but we are all in this. That's the reality. There's no like the biggest company has like 50 guys, but
Yeah.
not that much of a.
Not in terms of an indie.
Yeah,
sort of
lots
thing.
of indies.
Not
yeah.
like that. So what's it like then coming over here at PAX and coming over, maybe less so for E3, but like being surrounded by people who are very similar to you as a designer for the first time, just having so many of them.
It was awesome because this is we're the first Costa Rican that it's going to next gen. So yeah, it's a whole new experience. It came out very fast. The game was completely underground, unrevealed in GDC this year.
Really?
So, yeah.
Wow. Back
And
in
everything.
that's February of this year. Yeah.
Yeah, it's in March actually.
Oh, March. Sorry, you're right.
Yeah, it was so quickly. The whole everything escalated. So
It's incredible how PAX has that power. Where if you put
it's amazing. Yeah.
if you put the game in people's hands and allow them to, and if it's good enough and let them judge it,
Yeah.
then
Yeah,
they'll kind of do the marketing
all
for
the
you.
feedback. Yeah. We got the Flappy Bird marketing because people were saying, yeah, this feels like Flappy Bird, and it was, yeah, sure, why not? It's
Complete fluke.
Yeah.
that happened at that time as well.
We
Like,
made some more details in the game than Flappy Bird, but yeah.
that's ridiculous. So in terms of then, you keep saying the feedback as well. So
Yeah.
what was it that happened at PAX that changed the gameplay of Phoenix Rage?
The gameplay, the gameplay is the same. We're still working on finishing the game. We're missing just one world, but it's maybe some polish and with some levels. That's the whole change that we made.
So you guys are going to come out Q3, is that right?
Sorry?
In the fall this year.
Fall this
Fall
year.
this
Yeah.
year. Do you have a specific date yet? Do you know?
No, I still don't.
And obviously it's coming out on Steam. Is it going to have Mac or Linux as well?
Yeah,
as
it's
PC?
coming out to Steam. It's coming out to PlayStation 4 and on Xbox One. Yeah.
And I'm guessing the leaderboard stuff is going to be tied into Steam.
I have to figure that out.
Still working
yeah.
it out?
I'm working that. I'm working out.
I guess because that's outside of your environment at the moment. You're with the game you're building. So then, in terms, I guess the obvious question at this stage is, are you eyeing up any consoles? You're at E3 here.
Yeah.
Adam Boyes is walking around the halls. The Microsoft guys are around. Like, are you trying to see if you can get this released on a console as well at some stage?
At a console?
Like a PlayStation 4 or Xbox
it's coming
One?
for PlayStation.
Oh, it is as
4.
well?
Yeah.
Oh, I take it back. Sorry, my
It's
apologies.
PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Steam.
Everything.
Yeah.
When did you get those wrapped up? When did you have PS4 and Xbox One? tied
Since
down?
GDC, from GDC everything
Onwards.
just exploded. I got all the support from the Sony guys and the Microsoft guys. So
Business moves fast in games development.
I have to move faster. I have to finish the game.
So how long have you been working on Phoenix Rage then?
We started 1st of January 2013.
And
1 year and 5 months, 6 months. Yeah.
And did you expect to have it out by this stage?
Yeah. We decided that we got this award in 2012 from Fenix. It was huge in Latin America.
Yeah.
And that was our motivation to make something even bigger. And this is like the first project we took like more than a year to make it. So,
Yeah.
It was a huge decision, but it's turning out pretty well.
A lot of questions coming in from the chat actually here I better get to. I've been ignoring them the whole
Alright.
time. I feel pretty bad about it. XR asks, how many levels are in Phoenix Rage? How big is it?
We have 200, but possibly we will make a little bit more. Yeah.
And once the game is released then, do you think you're going to be creating more level packs, free or DLC?
I can't confirm that yet, but I have so many ideas since then, so maybe we will make more stuff as a DLC, but we have to look out for that.
I guess as a small team, if you're deciding to work on any game, it's going to take a lot of your time, especially if you're the only actual designer and programmer on it. So if you make this game and then decide to do DLC, then I guess you're stopping yourself from making a completely new game, which I imagine as someone who's creative, you might want to do.
It's possible, yes, but it's a challenge. It's my challenge, so why not?
A good situation to be in.
Sorry?
So it's a good situation to be in, I guess.
Situation,
If people are playing your game and you want to
definitely
provide more levels for them, were you shocked by the reception at PAX? Like, obviously, it's not like the whole convention got down on their knees and prayed to Phoenix Rage, but when you went there, was your goal to drum up support and talk about Phoenix Rage, or was your goal just to attend and meet people and
Well, our publisher Reverb is helping, doing all that stuff. But the reactions, like, they were great. They were great. There were people screaming at the screen. Yeah, it was awesome actually.
And how does it feel like then to? Does it change development when suddenly people have expectations about your game? Like maybe some people want this to be a casual experience. Maybe some people want this to be really difficult. You as a designer, when you hear that, does it change the way you feel about design?
I have to stick to the prototype idea. So I will stick to the same hardcore gamer thing. But yeah.
So you always had like a sort of a focus on who you wanted. Excellent.
Some people are saying this is so difficult, but eventually they will pass the level. So yeah, it's for hardcore gamers. That's what I can say. Yeah.
Joe, is this Eduardo? Is this the first E3 you've actually been to?
Yeah.
Yourself? What's it like stepping into? Because I'm from Ireland. I'm from a small country that this type of stuff doesn't happen. Yeah, and you're from Costa Rica. It's probably.
No, we don't have that. Yeah.
But yeah. So what's it like being here and seeing this side of the games industry?
It is crazy. That's the best description. It's great. It's really huge. It's bigger than what I expected.
Yeah. Is there any games you want to see while you're here, or are you mostly shopping?
I will look for them. Yeah. Eventually, when I have time, because I have to be at the booth.
You have to come and talk to people like me about your video game.
Yeah.
I apologize. So lastly, for everyone at home, when is Phoenix Rage out on what platforms?
When?
When is Phoenix Rage available and on what consoles, just for everyone?
At consoles, well, my goal is to have it in fall 2014.
PS4,
Xbox One, and Steam.
Awesome.
PC.
Eduardo, thank you very much for coming on the show.
Thank you very
really
much for
appreciate it. Best of luck with your launch.
Got a cookie.
A cookie?
I didn't mention that the game is all about cookies.
Thank you so much. I got a cookie. Will this cookie get me high?
Nah, I cannot confirm that. Nah.
It is the greatest E3 press kit ever.
Yeah, is it? I didn't mention that in the game. There's a cookie for every level.
Oh yeah?
And if you get an X amount of level of cookies, you're gonna unlock a cookie recipe.
Perfect. And I also see that the great website Game Spotting is coming
it's there,
on the cookie. Eduardo, pleasure to meet you. Thank you again for coming on, and best of luck with launch of Phoenix Rage later this year.
Awesome.